Nope, it's all still on there.
All right, 6 o'clock, we'll call the St. Croix Fall Town Board meeting to order. Get everything going over there.
Yep, I got it.
Evidence of proper notice.
The agenda was posted on the town's website out here at the town hall on December 13th.
All right, join me in the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, please.
Katie, Will,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Here.
Brent,
Here.
Mike.
Present. You guys had a chance to look over the agenda?
One's a red line one.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Everybody in favor? Aye. Opposed? Minutes from our last meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Everybody in favor? Say aye. Aye. Opposed? Recognition of audience, we have no audience, so there's nobody online and nobody here. Item 6, committee reports, road maintenance. Stephen, what do you have?
Well, all of our equipment is currently ready to go. I did do an ad, I talked to you about this, like, the 1 ton. Been for the past, let's just say 10 years. I've been having problems with the charging system on that sander in the back. And Jack Wilson finally figured out the charger on that Briggs & Stratton engine produces less voltage than the clutch to run the sander. So I run cables through the truck from the batteries up front all the way to the back with the disconnects when we remove, we just unplug it, like a snowball plug. And now it's running off the truck. It still has a battery back there, but everything works great. We did have a little problem with the belt chain since we didn't use it all last winter, really didn't have any need last winter. It's kind of froze up, but we got it running, they're saying it's good to go for tomorrow. And it's nice now, you start right off from the cab, you don't have to get up to choke it or anything. So, should have done that years ago. Everything else is good. We've got the wind plow set up on the grader right now. The other truck's not a problem with it right now. Patrick will probably, I'll call him in at a certain time tomorrow. I don't know when, depending on how fast we get the snow, but he's got 16 spots he's gonna plow with the 1 ton. And it'll be either cul-de-sacs, the dead-end areas like Nyberg Court, he'll go down into there. Areas that you really have to do a lot of turning with the big truck. Joyce's area and Neil Street over there. Well, I figure with him doing that and me and the big truck knocking out the big areas, I'm hoping to cut it to about 4.5 hours per group.
Take your time though.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're not gonna go any faster than we have to, but he'll really cut time up. Like cul-de-sacs in the dump truck are slow.
Yeah.
And it's hard in the truck. It'd be easier to replace a $60,000 pickup versus.
Let's not talk about replacing trucks right now.
Yeah, anyway, but we're good to go on the snow equipment. The mowing, I've got 29 miles complete. In that 29, there's a couple areas that have a field edge where I could go into the fields now and cut back and get an extra 3 to 5 feet, but it'll be the same spots I do pretty much every year. I guess there's no issues with the mowing, just whenever I get to it. I did do potholes again today, and then tonight I found one on 200 missed, but there's not many of those left. 140th, I think there's some over by Hughes's place or used to live, and then one up on 200 that I know of. The rest of them we got today. I don't know, anybody got anything for me on?
I think 2/10 looks great. I think
I'm
that's-
gonna try to shave it one more time. Hoping to get a little snow and mix it in. Just, it's got a little chatter to it. But I
it's
believe
nice and flat and hard.
Yeah.
it is. Oh, it's hard.
I agree.
The culverts have definitely hardened up. You can't tell what they are.
No?
So there's actually areas that are worse just in the road than over the culverts. On 210th, if you're going from the south, north, the first farmhouse, talk to that individual. I was having a hard time putting in a mailbox post in there because all the maple trees there and the roots and phone lines and all that. He's just gonna cut his arm back on that and move the mailbox over. So I told him we'd give him a mailbox to put on it if he wants. He says, no, he likes the bigger box. He's gonna keep that, but that'll get changed by the occupant. Other than that, all the mailboxes are up on that road except for one where they, for some reason, they go off in their driveway. I wasn't gonna put one on private property. But if they want one out by the road, I'll do it in the spring once we're done with the paving. Potentially may have to adjust them a little bit, but it's just put bolts in the wood there. It'll be easy to do once we pave it. And then other than that, I think that road's,
Well, once you get snowpack, won't that chatter go away?
yeah, once you grade it once, if we get a pack, right now it's just gravel.
Yeah, no, I think it's
Oh,
really
yeah.
nice.
You can go down 55 miles an hour if you want, and you know they are.
45.
We had one the other day, they're going so fast, they couldn't make fairground. They kinda went off in the ditch there.
Oh, looks good.
Alright, anybody else have anything for Steve? Good
Some-
luck tomorrow, if you need anything, call.
Okay, we did have a slight problem with a bus, and they called me on it, and, you know where Allen's Road is, 150th Avenue? The bus went down that and then turned like it was gonna go, there's a dead-end road that goes back to two houses. But for some reason, he tried to go down that road while it was raining and icy, he couldn't back up that hill. Well, I went and I sanded so they could get the bus going, but we had a talk, myself and Janet both, with the bus garage, and they're not supposed to be on that road. And if they obviously shouldn't call us for when
Well,
they get
they,
stuck
yeah,
in a private
they can go
driveway.
on it, they
Yeah,
can go
but
on it,
it's
it's
not-
not a town road that we maintain, and that was the issue, they were all upset with us.
And while we were
It was nice
discussing
of us to
that,
help them out, you
Yes.
know, this one time.
Yes,
yeah. But the other one they were discussing was 190th off of Pier. And they thought we maintained that too, and they said they can't hardly get around that turn. I said, that's private too. I said, if I was you or your drivers, I'd tell them stay off of that. 'Cause you get stuck, that's narrow, I don't know if you've ever done the loop at the end there. They take a bus around that in the winter.
Jeremy, you know anybody with a sander that hires to do that?
Yeah.
Call
Well,
bus
anyway,
scratch.
but those are taken care of, but hopefully they won't call back. And the driver, they actually showed them these areas and said, stay there. So we shouldn't have issues with the school bus garage on those again.
or at least that they think we are the reason.
Yeah. They were trying to say I didn't maintain the road. I'm like, yeah, right, I don't maintain that road. Very well.
Alright, thank you.
Yep.
Janet, what do you have?
All right, first thing is a budget amendment. Gopher Tails started coming in and we were over, we've been over in the dog control, but that made that category, the budget category, finally go to have a deficit.
Somebody, would you like to make a
now,
motion?
or-
Yep.
I make a motion, resolution 2437, amend the budget.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
All right, Will,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Brent,
Yes.
Mike.
Aye.
All right. I will try to pay anything, this is through, Tuesday, the disbursements. I did get one after the fact from, Taylor for the pit up here. I asked Steve to contact them again. And I think it's gonna be, I think it's 4,000 and some that we'll pay. I'll have one more group of disbursements by the 31st, so we'll pay as much as we can in this year. And it's really the only one I'm aware of out there. Taxes, I think was 580 for the taxes, stamps and everything. Those went out Monday and Tuesday. I got them over the weekend, so.
Okay.
And then there's a couple for repair that Steve, with some of the maintenance he was doing, there's a couple of those I'll put through this year yet. Just an update on, well, one of the agenda items is to officially close. So it's to officially close the tax account that we have with First Resource. At this time, I'm only requesting that one be closed, so we have the checking still with them, and then we have one money market. The money market is set up, and that's where all our state payments go into. So I'm gonna try to, as they start coming through, changing that. But I just don't want that one to go away right now. But most of the money is gonna be sitting at RCU with the better interest rate. But I just kinda wanted to make you aware.
Transition.
Yep, and then, as of the financial statement, actually now, Mike just signed a check, we'll be putting 220,000 into RCU from the money market. I think I moved 75 into the checking just to cover this month's disbursements and anything. And then the taxes, they've got a stamp coming for me, so the taxes will be going directly into that one. So we'll be getting the interest on all the taxes. We do have to pay out in the middle of January, in the middle of February to the schools in the county, but it's same. But just so you kind of know where we're at in that process.
Alright, great.
So just a curiosity, when you transfer money, do you have to do that physically or can you do that online?
Well, I'm transferring the money into RCU with a check that Mike just signed.
Okay.
When I'm transferring from RCU back into our checking, I can do that all online.
Okay.
I've done it between my personal accounts, but they're gonna, I think it's the same way, but they're gonna
Yeah.
sit with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to externally transfer
just
it, just like I
curious.
was doing before. I just do it online, transfer
yeah, I
between
know.
the money market and the checking. I still do it that way.
Yeah.
So it'll always be.
Well, it's easier because that way you don't gotta go to, I'll do
Oh,
80,000 versus, I can just do a little bit right now. And then
Exactly,
that's- yeah,
yes, that's
yeah.
doing this check. I mean, I was gonna go do it yesterday and I'm like, oh, 2 signatures. So it's all good. And like I said, they said that was one of the things I asked them and they said, yes, they'll get me set up so I could just transfer money as I need to, like I'm doing now,
Yep.
in-house.
Somebody wanna make a motion?
Make a motions to approve disbursements 304 through 331 for a total of $25,901.55.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
All right, Will,
Yes.
Brent,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Mike.
Aye.
I'm trying to remember what I put into, I just put this in for you guys to read, the Town Advocacy Council. We've never paid for membership to that, but that's their lobbying for the Wisconsin Towns Association. We pay annual dues to the Wisconsin Towns Association. This is a branch off from that, but I just wanted you to see whenever they send it out, I put it in here. We haven't, I think we were part of it for maybe a year or two, quite a while ago. So, it was more just for information.
Okay.
I didn't know if there's any questions or.
Do we have any questions?
No.
Alright. Zoning, how's that doing?
It's slowed up. But just have a couple, special exceptions that I think one's just waiting to get through the winter. That's the storage. And that is a special exception because they changed hands and also amending commercial design guidelines, so they'll be doing both of those. The original plan was for them all, they built 2, but they were gonna build 4 or 5, but they wanna make them bigger to put boats in. They see a need for that, so they were hoping to, so I told them it'd just be an amendment to their commercial design guidelines, and so. Did I screw up on something?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just the wheels on the
Guys, can you have any questions? If not, supervisors, you guys have any reports?
Just a complaint about fireworks, not the weekend, just the midweek, when they did that one time on Thursday, I think it was.
And there wasn't a permit for that date.
I thought there was.
It was Wednesday, the 11th.
Yeah, cause it is, yeah, no, I asked
Did they
Janet
have
for
it
the
listed as
permit.
the 12th then? Are you sure?
I didn't
That
think
day
so.
that they shot him, I forget what day it was. They did have one Wednesday in there, but it wasn't the day that they were shooting him
That's
off.
what it was then,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Okay.
just midweek firework, no.
I know, and I was kinda thinking of, yeah. I'll talk to the gentlemen that are over there.
They go for a good hour, don't they?
They go for a long time.
You can hear them at my house out there. Oh, you can hear them at your house.
Oh yeah, no, we think, yeah, and they're still going 45 minutes later.
Okay, no, that's duly noted. Anybody else have any interactions? I can't think of anything that I need to bring up at all, so we'll move on to new business. Item A, is ordinance 2703. We went through that, so we'll have our second reading, possibly approved. You guys have any changes that you would like to make at all? This is the retail storage, or retail, uses. If not, we can consider this second reading had, correct?
Yep.
So now we would need a motion to, for resolution 2438.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2438.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
All right, Jeremy,
Yes.
Brent,
Yes.
Will,
Yes.
Mike.
Aye. Done, done. Set time and date for the 2025 town caucus. It's January 25th, or 15th is the suggested date.
Yep, and you guys can always change it if you want. That's just the night we have our meeting.
You're hosting that meeting, right? Correct.
What?
Are you?
Yeah. I won't be here.
Either way. Can we just move it a couple days, like 16th or 19th? I mean,
Two gone, we still have a quorum, but you might want to just do the caucus a different night, or
So,
are you up this time too, or?
I don't-
No, I
I
think
think
you were
I
just
was
on
up
it.
You're, I think it's, I'm up and
Is it me?
I think so.
Okay.
You?
yeah.
Yep. So it'd just be if you guys, I mean, if we wanna just hold that a different night, we can have it
caucus.
as late as the 21st.
Well, if they're both gonna be gone
I think we should.
for the meeting too. how are
We'll
we gonna
have,
meet?
we'll have a quorum with 3,
for the meeting.
But
yeah.
he's not gonna be here.
I won't be here for the meeting.
He's the second.
Oh,
Chairman.
yeah. No, we can change the date.
So move the whole meeting and the quorum? Is that what I'm hearing?
When I,
16th or 17th, just,
That works for me.
I'm
or
going,
a week later, it don't matter to me.
how about the 22nd?
The
Everybody like-
That's,
Yeah, sure,
yeah,
I'm good.
I won't be able to be there.
Okay, you're gonna be in Snowmobile or something? Something fun?
no, someplace warm.
I'll actually be in DC.
Oh, okay.
That's even-
What day do you leave?
Well, I'm gone for 4 months,
Oh, well,
coming back and forth for
okay.
these meetings.
Wow, now I feel really special that you're coming back for our
You know,
meetings.
the 20, although you said it, we have to have this by the 21st?
Oh, yeah, thank you. 22nd, so we'll have
23rd
that,
on the 21st then?
but you
Sure.
still won't be, you're just figuring out for,
Yeah, I won't be here.
Is it that big of a deal if we do it the 22nd?
no, we
Yes.
have to have the
Oh, it
caucus.
is?
Yes, the
Okay.
caucus is a big deal.
Alright,
That's,
well then let's do it the 21st is a Tuesday.
That works for me, yeah.
I'm
You
good.
know, you
Yeah.
guys don't,
I'm good.
I mean, it's okay that they don't have the second vice chair here if you wanted to keep your meeting date the same.
it doesn't matter.
I don't know what's on your agenda for January, but just,
With the stipulation that you make good nominations.
Well, that's, I just wanna make sure,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, You never
Let's
know
just
if
do
there's
it
gonna be a
all.
packed house come in here on the 20, I mean, if they come in and you guys aren't here, I mean,
That's,
it's never happened, but I'm just,
okay,
Let's just do it the 21st,
alright,
in my opinion.
okay. And I don't think there'll be a lot where, I mean, I'll let
I'll
you
work
know
with
and
you.
we'll talk, yeah, beforehand, but I
If there's
don't
anything
know.
controversial, I can be online.
Okay,
I've got a flight that day, but I'll be on the ground by then, I think.
okay.
could bring you up on the big screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think, I mean, it's kind of rolling into,
We can't go earlier, right?
What do you mean?
we could go,
Like, I don't know when you leave.
We could, I leave the 11th, we could do it the 8th if that would work. No?
no,
8th doesn't work for me, the 7th or 9th. Doesn't work. Okay,
21st.
21st.
okay.
Donald will let you go.
What's that?
Donald will let you go.
He will, yeah, that'd be nice.
Alright, so we're officially moving it to the 21st at 6 o'clock. And that's the regular meeting and the caucus?
And the caucus, so this resolution will be amended.
Okay,
You don't have to say that, but the date's gonna be,
okay.
it'll be the 21st.
So now we need somebody to,
Don't we normally just stop the meeting at a certain time?
At 7,
7 o'clock,
yeah.
alright, there it is, yeah.
Yeah. Since they're moving the regular board meeting though, that does take a motion and a second, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Would we do that at
is
the
that,
end?
is that
You can do
more?
it now.
Nate, okay.
Yeah, you might as well just do it now since you're talking about it now.
Okay, somebody feel like making a motion to have, a regular town board on the 21st?
Do we have to amend this resolution or just?
No.
It will be after.
Do we need to amend it since I presented it? Yes, probably.
Well, I think
Just
you.
pass resolution 2439 to hold the caucus on January 21st, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Okay, which one's first now?
I'll do the resolution now.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2439 for January 21st, 2025 at 7 p.m.
is there a second?
I'll second.
okay. Brent,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Will,
Yes,
Mike.
Aye.
All right, and then now for this, the town board meeting to move
And then
that.
make a motion to move the town board meeting from January 15th to January 21st at 6 p.m. 2025.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Do we gotta do a roll call for that, or
I
just
don't,
be a?
I don't think that needs a roll call typically.
Everybody in favor,
No.
say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay.
Alright, thanks for being flexible, everybody. Item C, the proof of Centuria Fire Department's coverage area in the town. So originally, we moved fire lines, further out for St. Croix fire. But then after our last meeting, we agreed that we were gonna have St. Croix call for mutual aid on any fire call. So, we could leave the fire lines where they were originally, cause St. Croix is gonna go for every place in the town if Centuria gets called on a fire call. So, that's what this item is, we can leave it to what we amended it to, or we can go back to what it was. I kinda think, we should go back to what it was before we started messing with the lines, as long as we're getting auto-weighted anyway.
Those lines haven't been.
They haven't been changed at the county yet.
Okay, just leave it then, I would say.
I agree.
I think it would be a good relation builder with Centuria, and,
It's the orange one, right? The yellow.
No, the yellow,
The yellow is the existing.
well, the existing now is orange, cause you guys made a motion, but now you're gonna put it back to what it was on January 1st, 2024.
But the county is that one.
the county is.
Yeah, we never notified them
I think
of your change
Because
that
we
you
were
made.
waiting to see what happened with the merger process.
Yeah, can you see, I'm sorry.
I
And it's
agree with
auto
that.
aid, it's not mutual aid.
It's auto aid. It will,
And-
Adam, help draw something up, that, any fire call that Centuria receives, St. Croix would be automatically paged to St.
And that's the next item on the
Perfect.
Did
agenda.
one of you guys send that to Jill?
No, we'll approve it tonight. the
So it's possible
resolution?
that she won't like the language and we'll tweak it next month or something, but.
Okay.
Can we just give you the pre-approval and change it to tweak it?
What she's gonna ask
So
for
it's
is,
effective
she
January
wants
1.
every address that will be affected.
In the resolution?
No, just it, for that.
Just a
for
list
them.
from Janet?
Yeah,
Okay.
well,
Which then I'll just call Brad.
yeah, and just say from the south side of this line to the north side of that line.
Okay.
Who's she, Jill? At the county? No.
They won't change the county dispatching until we give them, well, first of all, we have to have a resolution before they'll do anything. And then she's gonna ask for every address that we would like to have the mutual aid for in the town.
Okay.
So they're gonna automatically go in and look at this thing I give them?
I'm not gonna comment right now.
Okay, but anyway, so that's, this one is, this one, when, if you agree, we'll need a motion and a second to put it back to the the boundary as of 1/1/24.
So do we need any further action from this? Since it's
A
line
motion
item?
on this one.
Do I need to recuse myself?
I think, I mean, I would, you guys did last time, I probably would again.
That was for a contract though, this is just a boundary line.
I don't know.
Okay,
I probably
that's fine.
would.
Do we
There's
have
no
a
Okay,
reason
we
not
don't
to.
have
We
a
don't have
quorum
enough to do
then,
it.
so does that mean we have to wait
There's
till?
already a quorum.
Oh, okay,
Just because they
Oh,
recuse themselves
recuse,
doesn't
gotcha.
eliminate the quorum.
Oh,
That's why
thank
people
you.
can vote on it.
okay.
Okay. Somebody would like to make a motion?
We're not amending, yeah, I will make a motion to, it's at 2440?
Nope, this
No,
one
okay,
is just,
I want, yeah, item C, go back, move our
Leave.
Move our lines back to what,
so Centuria's coverage area
Yeah.
will, go back to what it was 1/1/24.
Yep.
Is that, am I wording, oh,
Yep.
is that okay? Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
And you
Opposed?
two recused. Okay.
Yep.
Now, on this next resolution, you two can, I would say there's no conflict here for you to vote
Okay,
for auto aid.
okay,
I don't see a problem there.
perfect, thank you. The next item is to do what we talked about last month is, and what we just talked about here is
Yeah.
to be auto-paged for any fire call within Centuria's, just for the town. They can get paged out into Balsam Lakes area, we would not get auto-aided for that. Just what's protected by the town.
Okay, and then on this, I put the two different sections, just depending on how it went from the previous. So in the resolution, it'll be the sections 1, 2, 12, that's gonna be crossed out. So it'll just read fire service 2, and then it, sections 1, 2, 3, 4, it's that second one.
Okay.
We're scratching sections 1, 2, and 12.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2440.
Is there a second?
I'll second his motion.
Roll call please.
Will,
Yes.
Brent,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Mike.
Aye. Good deal, then who's gonna send this to the county?
I can
One of us, okay.
send it with a letter and,
Okay,
yep, yep,
thank you.
yep.
So there's no talk about a contract with Centuria at this time? We just kinda keep doing
I have
business
not
as
heard
usual?
anything.
Okay.
I mean, we're gonna assume, we haven't had a contract with Centuria for quite some time.
No.
So I mean, we're assuming that status quo, but I don't, you know,
I would for now.
yeah.
Okay.
Want me to take this next one, Janet?
Yep.
You guys might remember that this easement was here 7 or 8 months ago. Where's this map? What is up there right now? The restore?
It used to be the restore, yep,
Yeah.
it's kind of vacant.
So this is the restore building. You might remember that on the south side of that restore building, there's a town road that actually goes through there. On the south side of the town road, actually kind of off the road, but in the right of way, there's a well, a shared well. And there's also an area that they use at the restore for parking, but it's actually part of the town road that the town owns. So there was a question when the potential buyers had it surveyed and got a title commitment, whether there was an easement from the town that covered that section for them. And so they had asked at that time whether the town would adopt an easement allowing them to utilize that. And they sent a draft, and you know, one of the big items that you guys had talked about at the time was whether we could ask them or require in the easement that they would not seek annexation if you granted them this easement. And then they kind of went dark for like 8 months because it sounds like they were maybe negotiating on another property or something. But now they're back hot and heavy, so Janet and I have spent the better part of a week messing around with this. And we're there. So the seller's attorneys up in Grantsburg, he's a good guy, easy to work with. The seller, or the buyer, and their attorney is not, and they're a little more difficult to deal with. So we took the easement, told them our concerns, they made some changes to it, and then I made some further changes to it. So you guys have 2 documents in front of you.
And these are the ones I handed
One
out.
is this document. If you turn to page 2, if you see, it won't be in red for you guys because the copy back there is not red, but you'll see underlined. So that's language that I added. So I added some no annexation language to it, making it clear that this easement will be void if they seek or cooperate with annexation. The second part of that is if you flip 2 more pages, there was some, I guess what I would call typos or errors that they had in their draft that I changed. And then an easement has to be recorded, and I assume that just because they're not from here, don't know how to make it recordable, and so it has to be notarized, and you have to have a cover sheet. So the second document that you have has this cover sheet on top of it. This is so that it can be recorded. This is a clean version of what you're looking at here with the recordable cover sheet, okay? Same document. So then, yesterday, after I kind of had gone through this, one of the big issues that I had is I could not tell by the legal description that they have here what they wanted an easement over, what they wanted us to say, okay, you can have an easement on, right? So I called the surveyor, Joe Granberg, who works in New Richmond, and I've worked with before, he's easy to work with and a good guy. And I said, Joe, I can't figure out your damn map here that you did. Where's the easement? What area is this? And he said, well, I'd love to help you, but my bill hasn't been paid. And so I'm not gonna bury more time into this. So I sent that message up to the seller's counsel, and it's the buyer who had the easement done who had to pay the bill. And seller's counsel said, let me see if I can get into this. And within like half an hour, the bill got paid. So Joe called me back. So essentially, the easement area that they're talking about is just this area right here. Not everything that's in gray. That's just denoting where the roads are. But the easement area is just this town road area just south of the property.
This one's a little bigger, is that
Yeah,
one helpful?
yeah.
Sorry, that's.
Yeah, it's just this area here that is the easement area. And one of the other things that I wanted to make it clear in the changes that we had is that you're not representing and warranting even that you own the property or that you have the right to grant the easement. You're just saying, to the extent we have this right, it's kind of like a quitclaim deed. We'll give you the easement right, but we're not off the hook. We're not indemnifying you, none of that stuff. So I am comfortable now with you guys adopting this because I know where the easement area is. I know you're not making representations and warranties. I know you're not undertaking any obligations. You're just saying, go ahead and use it. But if you seek annexation or cooperate with annexation, then the easement is void automatically. So that's kind of the gist of it, long story short. Questions? One thing, I'm sorry, before we get to questions. So today, late in the afternoon, or middle afternoon, seller's attorney said, I know they're not gonna love the annexation language that you put in, the buyers. Would you ask the board if they would soften on that? And I said, I'll ask them, but they were pretty hard on that, so. And they're not here to talk about it, so. Whatever you want to do, I mean, I can certainly soften that annexation language, but, you know, theoretically, you could approve this easement, and if they have a real problem with it, I guess they can come back next month, because it sounds like they have to come back for a special exception anyways,
Yep.
if they want to do this, so you know, it's plausible that we adopt this, and then they say, can you tweak this, and they'll ask for that next month, I don't know. But right now, the annexation language is basically, if they seek annexation, the easement goes away. This easement goes away. To the extent you granted one in the past, you can't make that go away, it just is what it is.
But then in the future, where they get annexed, they could give the easement back.
The city can if they take over the
So it's
road.
really a good point.
Well, I don't know that the city would take over the road, and I think what will make that determination for them, frankly, and they've been very clear that they're not interested in annexation. What they're thinking about is what happens if that shared well goes down, and now they have to get city water out there,
Right.
then they'd wanna get annexed in. And at that point, they wouldn't need the easement, and they wouldn't care anymore.
Right.
So,
But I think we could also give an easement for them to run city water across our easement, right?
you could, yes.
So I mean, they wouldn't have to get annexed.
I don't think the city would probably put them on city water without
Tough.
being in
Yeah.
the city,
They won't.
but
And
we
they'd
can cross
like
that
to
bridge.
get those other businesses, cause there's,
Don't they have water, a fire hydrant right there by the well?
We probably couldn't use that to spray on their building though. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, there is.
Okay, now, sorry, any other questions?
Well, if we soften the annexation wordage, it's either in or it's out. There's no real, like, put it in lower caps, I don't know, it's softer.
Yeah, they kinda wanted it to say, well, if we have to go get annexed because the well goes out, I'm like, well,
Yeah,
that's kind of, a problem for us, so.
I think I agree. If they have a problem, they can come next month and we can address it at that time.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
So then if you're,
the,
go ahead.
they have phase one for a new well to be drilled, whether or not they get water. They're working on that,
Oh, okay.
the buyer.
And if they, honestly, if they build what they're talking about building there, it's a nice tax base add to the town, so it'd be
I
nice to
don't
keep.
remember, what did they say that they wanted to build there? Do
A
you-
big vet building, I guess.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
tear
that's
down
it.
what's there.
No,
Yeah.
they're gonna, but they're gonna totally
And it'd look a lot nicer.
Yeah,
Who's that share well, who's it
I
shared
think it's
with?
Baraboo and
All of them?
Fleet Supply, isn't it?
I don't know who's on it.
think
I
it's,
believe it's just the
Sprayer.
Habitat for Humanity and the St. Croix auto body.
Oh, St.Croix on it too.
I think
I
it's just
thought
those
that other
two.
one next to Baraboo,
Oh,
Frost.
the Frost.
Oh, is Frost on it too? Okay.
I'm pretty
He might
sure.
be.
I thought there was a second one there.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes, I just know Chevron, or the.
St. Croix, everybody is on it too? Okay.
I asked the surveyor that, who all is on it, and he said, well, I don't know where the lines run under the ground. So normally you would show that on this kind of map of survey where those lines run, but he said, I don't have any idea who has it or where they run, so he didn't even show it.
Everybody that's shared, they're all within the township still, right?
All the way down to Aaron, or Lambridge.
So if you want to approve it, we just need a motion, second, and then a roll call on this.
I'll make a motion to approve the easement for 2201 News Highway 8.
Second that?
Roll call?
All right, Jeremy,
Yes.
Brent,
Yes.
Will,
Yes.
Mike.
Aye. Item F,
Can I
Yep.
just ask, so Adam, when this is clean and it has to be notarized, will we just?
I'm gonna have Mike sign it and I'll notarize it tomorrow and send it to him.
Okay.
Then it's off
Okay.
our plate.
No, that's what I was just gonna say, can we do this all
Yep.
soon or?
Yep, I'll do it right now.
Awesome.
Well, as soon as the meeting's done.
Okay, thank you.
alright, this is talking about our closing the tax account that we kinda already went over, correct? Yep.
Oh, yeah, I kinda did, didn't I?
Yeah, do you have anything more to add to that?
No,
Alright, is there any action that needs to be taken on this?
no, we just need to make a motion in a second and,
Make a motion to close the tax account at First Resource Bank.
Is there a second?
I'll second his motion.
all
There's
right.
no time frame on this, this is when you,
Yeah, and
Want
yep, so I'm probably gonna do it after this check clears, I mean, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty much emptying it out, so it's
Okay.
not a big deal, but after the first of the year is what I was thinking,
All right.
so. Do we
Everybody-
need a roll call on this when we're closing up? I didn't think so.
everybody in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Alright. Review road plan.
All right, we're gonna confuse you a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Steve updated his plan that he had on his computer, but I had, the one in the packet, I had put in dollar amounts and what you guys kind of approved last month and wrote completed in bold. But you put all that into the next one, except for
Well,
dollar
the
amounts
completed,
and
I just
stuff.
removed them, they're done, so I took them completely out of there.
Okay,
And then
Oh, I
I,
see, yeah,
I don't see it.
and I
I
bumped everything
handed it
up.
out so it
yeah,
doesn't
she
have.
handed it to you.
Oh,
Sorry, here, Bob.
yep, so this is the one Steve's got roads on, it just doesn't have any of the stuff I put
Okay.
on
A
it.
lot of the smaller items I left off mine, I figured you wanna work with the big road projects and then we have the chip seals and.
This isn't anything that we're taking action on tonight, it's just kind of.
No,
an
it's just a work,
advisory.
yes, yep.
If you look at mine and combine, you see change, let me know, I'll update mine, the master bills.
And I will send you mine so that all the dollar amounts, I mean, unless you don't want the dollar amounts on
No,
this,
it's
that's
nice.
your,
No, that's good.
I think it just, well, it just to have it, what you guys already know you approved.
On mine, I've never really kept amounts.
I noticed in your report, you did talk to the county for chip sealing?
I did,
Next year?
they don't want any of the numbers to run 15th of January.
Okay,
And then they got a guy that's gonna go out, Verlin McKenzie, I don't know if you know him or not, but he's gonna do the measuring and the ordering for the oil, the
Oh.
pre-buy.
okay.
Yeah, I did go over and talk to him, it was Jason, I believe, it was the second guy that came over this.
Do we document that so they can't come back and say you guys didn't order in time?
We have plenty of time. They don't wanna mess with it till after the beginning of next year.
Okay.
So I figured off our numbers that were presented last week and not getting the chips, or last month, and not getting the chip seal and storing it, I used that dollar amount, so
Yeah.
the aggregate, I put in here. They will give us kind of an estimate, but it's not a hard estimate.
Okay.
But I'll put that in here too, once their process is complete.
Alright, so you guys can look over this at your leisure and bring it up at our next review of the road plan next month, on the 21st.
And I have, I can also email this out to you too, Steve's updated.
You looking on the,
Also got Jan's, it's a little
Okay.
easier to run.
You guys have any questions? or-
just a real quick question for me, chip seal 122nd Avenue, that's like the whole? Cause you have both ends on, just for 212th Street?
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
212th
both
is
ends.
two different roads, you have one up 140th and one up Fairground,
Okay,
north and south. What'd you say?
that's what I'm saying, you got 3 roads on this thing.
207th and the other ones are over by Poplar Lake, kind of
Okay, so that's what I'm
208.
saying, 3 separate roads,
Yeah.
basically.
And you have, there's a T there too, so there's actually 2 in that cul-de-sac.
All right,
And then Trap Rock Drive and,
Yeah, I should-
that's not,
and, one,
I don't see Trap Rock Drive.
okay, so if you keep going on, so there's
You're on
so what would,
November or-
on that one, chip seal?
Oh, see, I'm looking on December.
Oh, maybe it's not on here.
Yeah, no, it's
On
not.
his?
No, it's
My
not.
new one, I didn't put all those chip seals in there, I was just putting the big projects.
Okay, I was just, okay, I'm just,
But they approved those to do next year.
Yeah, like I said, I just added the major ones in there and I was gonna, I thought this was
Very
a
good.
meeting to discuss and add to or take
Hmm?
away.
Is that worth it?
Trap Park Drive,
Yeah. Is that road really bad if I remember right? or no?
35 to Summit. I guess I haven't driven it recently, so I don't know.
that's why I wanted to drive them before
Yeah.
next.
Yeah, and it could change between now and spring.
Yeah,
Trap Rock Drive, the reason I really wanna maintain, we've done it one time in 17 years since I've been here, but the road is from the 60s. Literally, it's the same asphalt from the 60s, it's the oldest road we got in Dunch, and it's holding up good. If we keep putting the coat on it once in a while. We did do 1,100-foot overlay, kind of by the Vazina farm, the farm in the middle there.
yeah,
But other than that, I mean, we've been maintaining right and keeping it going.
Okay.
And it was built for the highway, it was Highway 35 at one time. And I wish we could get other roads to maintain that one.
Okay.
It'd be so good.
good.
And the reason I did most of them in that area, for cost, do one region at a time.
Yep.
And I don't have to haul so far with the big crew. So the two-
Yeah, I think chip sealing is pretty important to keep a decent wear surface on
Yeah.
the road to prevent bigger problems.
On that sheet that I gave you on 165th, over the past, say, 5 years, we've been debating how to fix that last piece from the dump coming back to the corner. It's by Thamer's house.
Yeah.
I say when we pulverize in that area somewhere, let's turn that last 900 feet into gravel. Nobody lives on it. The only thing that goes back there is to dump leaves in that dump. They drive in gravel. And you shouldn't get a complaint. There's only one farmer back there, or two, Dean and.
Well, if it can turn out like 2/10, it would be just fine.
That literally, if you've been down there, that's 900 feet of just like 18 feet wide of beat up asphalt. Just pulverize and be done with it. But that's just a suggestion thing, instead of patching it every couple of years.
Kinda like that idea on some of these roads that, one or two people are on and it's just not really utilized, that we have blacktop now, you know. Either pulverize it and leave it or even
Or
chip
double
seal
chip
it.
seal, yeah.
So as they pop up, we'll discuss them and decide what we're gonna do.
Like your road.
Do you guys have a road that you did last year, that you double chip sealed?
Yeah,
Two.
180th.
Three of them.
How's it,
Yeah.
how are they holding up?
I drove it last week.
Three, yeah.
What, 3
It
total?
hasn't been a full year yet.
No.
Have you plowed it yet?
Yes.
And it plowed okay?
There is some concern about the snowmobile trail going over
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
That tears up the asphalt, so
I
right.
mean,
it's, see what it does to
But
that.
the snowplow didn't, it's holding up?
oh, snowplow doesn't even, you can't tell there's that.
So I got a question on the snowmobile trail. So,
On 160?
yeah, we just paved 160th.
Yeah.
I don't recall anybody asking if they
Yeah,
could
that's
move
right.
the
I think it's a
snowmobile
terrible
trail. How do
location.
they get to move a trail onto our brand new paved
And I
road?
don't know, I talked to one of the
Without
groomers on
asking.
it and I told him, in my opinion, I'm absolutely against it coming up that hill. And my reason is if I go down that hill and let's say there's a 4-hour loop and it's snowing and they pack it and I drive that dump truck on that steep spot on packed snow, you have no traction.
So they're gonna be on the pavement
Yes,
running these.
coming
There's no way you
There's
can't be
no
on the
ditch
pavement.
there.
There's
There's no
steep
ditch
hill.
because we got it all
There's
trapped
those
rock.
retainage
How do they-
ponds that,
They can ride on the pavement.
So we have no
Snowmobiles
say?
are legal and in the right of way.
Okay, on the
So
pavement.
that's the problem, there's no real right of way because it's all trap rock. We got that.
Well, they can go over a little bit, but I can't throw, by the middle of
Oh,
the
I
winter on a
know.
good year, that'll be a amount of snow there.
My experience with, I don't know which club maintains here, do you?
Gunderson, or,
My experience with the clubs and the council is they're usually pretty good with towns if you have a concern like that. And if Steve or one of you guys went to whoever your club president is and said, hey, this is not a good spot,
I'm just worried about studded tracks ripping it up, you know?
typically they're pretty good about that stuff.
Yeah. My concern's crashing the truck. With me.
I think we can peel off whatever they pack down.
Oh, I'm gonna have to put salt on it big time too, take her right to the pavement.
Well, yeah, see
Come on, cause
see
I'll
if
be,
you can peel
the
off
side
and
they're
plow
gonna
it.
be on will be to the south.
Yep.
That's where they got it marked. I'm pushing uphill, now it could be packed snow. You just can't push with a dump
yeah,
truck.
that's our club and I think them people there just don't want that trail going back through, was it Simonson's or whatever?
Well, I think it's north of Simonson's, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah,
there's 2
'cause
different
It used to go through
issues.
Bob and Kay's there. and-
Yeah.
The
and then-
people are walking from Simonson's onto private property in the
Ah.
summer all year round, so they've said no more, we don't want you out coming through our property.
Yeah.
Which you
They're-
wreck it, I mean, people have wrecked it.
They're literally complaining about people walking. What does that have to do with the snowmobile?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know, but that's because the trail's there.
I
I
know,
get it,
I get it, and I
I
get
get it, I
that.
don't like people on my property.
It's one thing with the snowmobile, I was thinking of that poor guy running the groomer, there's just, it's just a bad deal.
Is that the same club as Cushing? Or is there 2 separate
No,
clubs?
2 separate.
They're 2 different.
What do they call the one here?
What are we, Wild River? I don't know, I'm part of the club too, I think it's Wild River.
I talked to them, they're usually pretty good about
Yeah,
that stuff.
oh,
After the trails
Yeah.
open up, I mean,
Who used to be
obviously
the
if we'll have a
police
meeting,
guy?
I'll let you know.
Right, Dan,
Okay.
Dan,
Peters?
Peters, Dan
So
Peters.
they wanna
is
leave
the-
a snowpack on the side of the road then?
He thinks that he's not gonna be able to do that, because let's say on a good year when we have decent snow, it goes right to the edge, I'm throwing up a hill. And he's like, they're just gonna have to put 1 ski in the snow and 1 on the pavement, and go till they get back to where he can go off again.
I mean, with that,
There's like 4 spots, he said it's not possible to move over.
that's gonna change like the frost on the sides of the road though, won't it? Leaving that pack there?
No, because I'm not going, they won't be packing the side of the road. It's too steep. They can't
Right.
do it. That'll all just be covered like normal. The area that could be a concern is farther up where it's flat by that creek that flows that ditch.
Bob's ain't gonna get used very much, 'cause it just goes to Lions Park to cross.
That's what I was
into
gonna say, this
Minnesota.
is just Minnesota,
Yeah,
right?
it's a
This
trail.
isn't a
Yeah,
heavy
yeah.
trail. Okay.
See how it goes and,
Yeah, it's,
talk with them if
if
we
it's
do.
that miserable, people ain't even gonna go down there. So,
Alright, anybody else got anything for the road review update? On to item H, approved training if any. Anybody have any training? Hearing none, we'll move on to item 8, public comment. I don't see anybody here or online. Anybody have any other business? Time of date, we already set that for our next meeting. Somebody wanna make a motion to adjourn?
I'll second it. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Alrighty, let me, shut off, whoops.